Let's see if that works. There we go. Hi. Sorry about that. Sorry you couldn't hear me there for a second. You'll notice that we're going to be doing a few tweaks as we go here, and I'm not going to bury the lead, and I won't make you wait a long time for the purpose of this, but I'm sorry, it just takes me a couple seconds to do with this stuff. Hi, you may notice that I am recording back in my game room for today, and the reason that I am is not a great one. So last night we had an excellent conversation with Dave Dobson. If you have not watched last night's show, I strongly recommend it. I think that it didn't gain as much traction as some of our shows do because it didn't feel like it was particularly strongly linked to board gaming itself. But I strongly disagree, especially if you are a fan of the recent wave of puzzle and exit games like Exit Unlock. And even things like Time Stories and Detective and Seventh Continent and all these other games that are maybe structured a little bit differently than what we have traditionally accepted as board games. But anyway, all that aside, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. And I'm not just saying that because I'm promoting the channel. I'm saying that because I think it's one of my favorite interviews I've ever done in 105 episodes of the show. Dave Dobson was just an amazing guest. He was so much fun to talk to and had such really interesting insights. And I think that his way of looking at how playtesting and the design process, not just behind a puzzle game, but games in general, I think was fascinating. So I strongly recommend it. If you enjoy the esoteric, maybe theory crafting side of the board game hobby, I strongly recommend it. But aside from all that, the reason that I'm doing this today is because last night trying to get that show up and running was a beast. For some reason, YouTube has decided once again to change their format for live streamers. Basically, what they've done is they are slowly but surely taking away the tools that we have used to run the Cubist the way that we have, which is to be able to do a really easy Google Hangout to just quickly invite people in that don't have a lot of technical know-how on how this platform works. And the whole reason that we started the Cubist the way that we did is because we wanted to lower the barriers to entry both for ourselves and our guests. Being able to just send a link to a special guest or to the co-hosts that they can click and just immediately be in the show and ready to go takes a lot of the work out of this and makes it fun. And YouTube seems to be messing with that again, and it's getting annoying. So we are going to start, like we've chatted about it on the show. Chad in the chat has made comments numerous times about how we should be doing this already, and I at the time I was resistant because I wanted to be on the biggest platform that we could possibly be, which has felt for this entire time like it would be YouTube. YouTube is the biggest video platform that exists right now. But the barriers are starting to get ridiculous, and I'm just getting tired of wrestling with a site that doesn't seem like it wants to promote the type of content creation that we are doing. So I'm at this computer today. This is a very long-winded example, sorry. But I'm at this computer today because this is the computer that I am closest to getting set up for Twitch. I have all the software installed on this computer to live stream to any of a number of different sources, and I think that Twitch is going to end up having to be our home. And this actually works out kind of well for a number of fronts, but it is a learning curve, and it's not something that I'm particularly familiar with. So I wanted to sit down and send a message out to everybody here to tell you that we are absolutely now actively going to start moving things over to Twitch. This is going to take some time, and that time I don't want to spend on still wrestling with YouTube's interface that just seems to be getting worse and worse every time. all the issues we've had with connections. I have done literally everything I know how to do on my end to make things better, and it just gets worse instead. So it's time to move. So what that means from a real world standpoint, sorry for all the ranting and rambling, but from a real world standpoint, what that means for you is that there's probably not going to be a show next Monday. That would be I don't remember. What's the date today? It's the 12th. Okay, so that would be the 18th. I'm going to guess that there will not be a show on the 18th, and there probably won't be one on the 25th. And the reason, well, though you will see some videos, you just won't see a main show on the 25th. So the 18th is going to be that I have a day blocked off, like literally an entire calendar day of just working on getting Twitch up and running, figuring it out. So if you want to watch the brain damage happen to me as it goes, I'm sure I will be starting and stopping multiple crappy streams along the way there to try and get, by the way, I can't see the chat room. If you're there, hi. Sorry, I don't know if anybody's watching live. I can't see it because of the way that I'm doing this right now. So just forgive me if I'm not responding to you. There's a reason for that. Leave it in the actual YouTube comments below the main video on the YouTube page, and I'll respond to those as much as I can after I'm done. Sorry, I just realized that I haven't never said that. Anyway, next week I blocked off the entire day to try and get the Twitch thing figured out. I don't even have an account set up yet, so just don't stress about it. I will post another video here to YouTube, something quick, probably shot with my phone or whatever, when we get a channel set up and everything else. But it's time. I can't, like, it makes me sad because we've, for over 3 years, we've been using YouTube's system to really lower the barrier so that way everybody can talk about this stuff easily without having to learn an entire another piece of software, and that does not appear to any longer be the case. So we're going to make the move that we need to make in order to keep the show thriving, and it is what it is. The side benefit of this, of course, is that Twitch has monetization already built in. So I meant what I said about getting rid of Patreon and Podpledge, but this way, if people want to, financially contribute to the show, they can do it straight through Twitch, and that'll be much easier. And that way, it doesn't feel like a thing that you are committing to month after month, or or anything like that. So, and I don't care about that part. Like I said in the last video, that's just a side thing because this is where my head is. So anyway, next Monday, we will start working on getting Twitch up and running. Keep an eye on twitter.com/Cubist podcast, and I will post things here. I will post things everywhere, including the Facebook page. Some of you, I don't think, even know there is a Cubist podcast Facebook page, but there is. I'll post everywhere, every source, and probably on my personal account too, because why not? I'll post everywhere with the name of the Twitch channel and what things are going to look like moving forward. But anyway, no official show next week. And then the week after that, the reason I said there won't be a show on the 25th either is because on the 25th, I leave for Seattle, and I'm coming to Seattle for a week for my birthday. So I'm just going to throw this out there right now. If you are a Seattle resident and I have not already contacted you and you'd like to hang out and play a game or something like that, I can't promise that I'll be able to, do. I have a fairly full schedule while I'm there, but I definitely will do what I can to meet up with folks if you're interested. So hit me up, thecubistpodcast@gmail.com. Don't put it publicly, please, in Twitter about Seattle, just because, I don't know, I feel a little weird about putting my travel plans in a public place. I did it earlier, and I kind of regret it. So anyway, and I say that, now I'm on YouTube, so that feels a little counterintuitive. But in general, I know the people that watch on YouTube are people that are invested in the show already, so we don't tend to get a lot of randos unlike other social media. And anyway, whatever. It's been a weird week. So anywho, just hit me up, thecubistpodcast@gmail.com if you wanna meet up there. But I'm sure I'll have my phone on me, and I'm planning on bringing my my gimbal, my phone gimbal, so that way I can do steadier phone work. And I'm going to be bringing a little bit of gear to do some recording while I'm down there, including my laptop. And my laptop isn't set up as well as this computer because I haven't had as much time, but hopefully between now and then, that'll be part of the process next week, actually. So anywho, sorry for the rambling. I just wanted to keep everybody up to speed. I know that Twitch is going to be a change, and I know that it's going to maybe make it a little harder for a couple folks that watch in very specific ways. And I will probably cross-post, because I'm going to be recording the shows locally, and then I can upload those videos to YouTube as well. So if you are already not somebody that tends to watch live, you'll probably still get the content on YouTube. I say probably because I don't know yet. This has always been a learning experience. This has always been a hobby and something that I wanted to do but couldn't, like there's only so many resources that somebody has in order to do things. And it turns out when you're self-employed, you spend a lot of resources on other stuff. But I wanted to make sure that I talked to you and told all of you how it goes. So anyway, thank you so much. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week of gaming. I'm actually going to get to do a little bit of gaming here in a little bit. So take care, and we'll hopefully talk to you soon. Let's see. Did this...